MLK Day Special. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., in his own words, a reflection on legacy and struggle. On Monday, January 19, 2026, Democracy Now! Aired a special program commemorating Martin Luther King Jr. Day, highlighting the enduring voice and radical vision of Dr. King through two of his most powerful speeches. The broadcast allowed listeners and viewers to hear King's words directly, reminding us that his message was not just historical, it remains urgently relevant today. Honoring the man behind the holiday. The show began by situating the holiday within King's life. Born on January 15, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia, and tragically assassinated on April 4, 1968, at just 39 years old in Memphis, Tennessee. While many know King for his leadership in ending segregation and securing civil rights, Democracy Now! Emphasized his broader fight for economic justice, peace, and global human rights. King's advocacy extended beyond racial equality. He organized the Poor People's Campaign to address systemic poverty and was a vocal critic of U.S. foreign policy, particularly the Vietnam War. This holistic view of justice, linking racial discrimination, economic oppression, and militarism, placed him at odds with powerful institutions in his own time and challenges listeners to consider the full breadth of his legacy today. Two speeches that still speak loudly. The program featured audio excerpts from two landmark speeches. Beyond Vietnam, April 4, 1967, delivered at Riverside Church in New York City exactly 1 year before his death, King criticized the Vietnam War as a moral failure and called the United States the greatest purveyor of violence in the world today. He framed the connection between war abroad and injustice at home, urging a revolution of values that would place people above profits and peace over militarism. I've Been to the Mountaintop, April 3, 1968. King's final speech, given in Memphis the night before his assassination, blended urgency with hope. Aware of threats against his life, he spoke of unity, perseverance, and faith in the collective struggle for justice, concluding that even if he could not see the promised land, we, as a people, will get to the promised land. These speeches illustrate King's uncompromising belief in nonviolence, his critique of U.S. policies, and his insistence that justice is a living, breathing struggle, not a comfortable memory. A call to listen and act. By dedicating its MLK Day program to King's own words, Democracy Now! Offered a form of remembrance that goes beyond tribute. Rather than only celebrating iconic moments like the I Have a Dream speech, the program reminded audiences of the breadth and depth of King's vision, particularly his challenge to confront poverty, racism, war, and inequality as interconnected systems of oppression. In a moment when national debates over civil rights, economic inequality, and global conflict remain intense, such reframing asks listeners to consider not just who King was, but what he was fighting for, and how those battles continue.